We're reaching back into the inbox this week to answer some of your questions, and first out of the box is from Janet. Janet writes that she visited Denver last weekend with her significant other and stayed at a nice downtown hotel. My boyfriend had a laptop but had to go to the lobby to use Wi-Fi, and she wonders, why do you think more expensive hotel chains charge for in-room internet where many other chains include in-room internet as part of their stay? I totally agree. I think that internet anymore should be an amenity that we should expect in hotels just as much as we expect electricity, a television, and water. They don't charge extra for those things. I think internet should be, for any class of hotel, should be an included charge. So Janet, I agree with you wholeheartedly on the charge and the in-room internet thing. Some people charge as much as $15, but I hope you had a good time anyway. And thanks for your question. Next up, we have a question from Liz using Windows Vista. She says she's installed Mozilla Firefox and downloaded AVG free. And if I use Mozilla, how do I read my email unless just opening my MSN Butterfly? MSN, Microsoft Network, you can use the MSN Butterfly to read your email, or if you want to use it in Firefox, you can go to msn.com or hotmail.com and read your email there as well. I do have to warn you that I think Microsoft websites don't work as well in some cases with Firefox, so you may want to continue using your Butterfly. Seems to be Women's Night tonight on the answering the email. This one's from Arlynne in Boca Raton. I have used Incredimail for a while now and enjoy using it. Now I keep getting a message that my default email system is not correct. Could you explain and tell me how to correct it? The default email system is what your computer uses to be able to send emails when you click on an email link in a web browser or something like that. The way to figure out what your default is to go to Start, your control panel, then Internet Options, or if you're in Internet Explorer, click Tools and Internet Options, then click on the Applications tab. Under the Applications tab, you will see Email as an option, and you can choose what program you want as your default in that dialog box. Good luck. Dave is writing a question for his friend who says is hard of hearing and he can't hear the little beep when you put in a USB drive, and he's wondering if there's any way to make it a visual. And there actually is. When you click on the little green arrow down in the lower right hand corner in Windows machines by your clock, and you click one time and then click disconnect, you will actually see a little bubble that comes up and says it is now safe to disconnect. So you don't have to listen for the sound. You can do that. If he does have some sounds he can hear, he can go into the sound section of his control panel and change that particular sound to which one he might be able to hear better. But if the visual is already there, he just has to watch for it after he clicks on Safely Remove. Gay has a question wondering how she can tell that she actually got the newest version of AVG downloaded and installed on her computer. The best thing you can do is double click on your AVG down by your clock, and then when you open it up, you'll be able to see if it's labeled as AVG 8, which is the new one, or AVG 7.5, which is the old one. One common mistake people make is they download the new copy, but they forget they have to double click on that download to install it. So that's the way you can figure it out, Gay, and good luck. Thanks for writing. Yolanda has a question about the famous Virtumond or Virtumonde virus, and she's wondering how to get rid of it. There's actually some removal tools called the Virtumond removal tool out there. It's not a very good virus. None of the viruses are good, but this one's a particularly nasty one. You should also be able to get rid of it by downloading and using the program that I talk about constantly, AVG Antivirus. And if you go to my website, helpmerick.com, you'll see that. You can download the new AVG, and you should be in a lot better shape. Good luck, Yolanda. Charles is a new Firefox version 3, which I love, by the way, user, and he says after downloading, his RoboForm no longer works with some sites and passwords. Probably the best thing you can do, Charles, is go back to the RoboForm website and see if they've got an updated version. More than likely they do. And if they don't, you might want to uninstall and reinstall your RoboForm. You won't lose any of your data or any of your saved passwords. You'll just get the new program. So either one of those should get you going back on the path to having your passwords in sync again. Bobbie has a question about Outlook email, and I'm assuming that's a she by the spelling. She wants to make Outlook her default email, but when she clicks on an email web link, it takes her to Gmail. This is kind of an odd thing because normally Outlook will take over right away as far as the default email. So probably the best thing to do, Bobbie, is go into, like we brought someone in earlier, go into your Internet Explorer 7, go to Tools and Internet Options, go to Applications, and under the Email section of Applications, change that to Outlook. Now, if you're using Firefox as your browser, you may have some kind of an add-on that came in from Gmail that allows you to be able to click on email links and then get Gmail to send those links. So in your Firefox, go to Tools and Add-ons, see if you see any kind of Gmail add-ons in there that you can uninstall. That should help you as well. Good luck. Thomas is writing from North Carolina, and also another Firefox 3 question. He's having some problems with his downloads with videos. After they'll start for a few seconds and then they'll stop, and then he can't resume them, and he's wondering what's going on. A couple things I would check is, in order to do videos with Firefox, you have to have Flash, and Flash is a free plugin from Adobe. If you go to adobe.com and click on their little Get Flash icon, you might want to install their newest version of Flash. That might do it if I'm reading the question correctly. So give that a try first, Thomas. Frank apparently doesn't have a question. He's just given us some kudos about the Firefox 3. He likes Firefox 3, and he said he wished he would have known about the AVG 8 free version, which I go back and tell folks, make sure you read the website every single day. It will save you time, and it will save you money. We have a longer question here from Jim, who's wanting to have some information about his high-speed internet. He's using one of our local cable internet services, and he's had some problems with slow internet service, and our local cable service offers 8 megabits as their basic. And his question, as you titrate it down, is, can a lightning strike affect an Ethernet card? And yes, the answer is definitely yes. One thing you can try is to uninstall the Ethernet card under the device manager. Go and right-click My Computer, go to Properties, go to Hardware, then go to Device Manager, find your Ethernet card, delete it from that list, restart your computer, let Windows re-recognize it. Sometimes that may get it back over the hump, but in the long run, an Ethernet card is only about $10. Go out and get one, 10 or 15 bucks, put it in your computer, install the drivers, and then that will tell you for sure whether your old Ethernet card has gone bad. Raymond needs to know how to back up his bookmarks in Firefox because he needs to uninstall and reinstall Firefox. And when you uninstall Firefox, you won't lose your bookmarks because it leaves what's called your user profile on the computer. But it's still a good idea to know how to back up your bookmarks. And the way you do it in Firefox is click Bookmarks, then Organize Bookmarks, then click File and Export. Export the bookmarks to your desktop or to a flash drive, and then you'll have them saved. When you want to put them back on your new copy of Firefox, go through the same process, File or Bookmarks, Organize Bookmarks, File, and then Import. And then you can import your bookmarks the same way. Stephen has a problem with a 5 or 6-year-old Dell laptop where the monitor is just starting to go out and get black more often than not. And he can hook an external monitor to the laptop and everything works fine. Nothing ever happens with the picture. So what you have, unfortunately, is a monitor going bad on a laptop, and that is not a cheap proposition. You can try to take it into a computer repair shop and see what they would charge you to repair that. More than likely it needs a new monitor, and with the price of laptops today, the repair cost will probably overshoot what a new computer would get you. So tread carefully on that one. If you can get by using an external monitor for a while, if you don't travel with that laptop, that may be the way to go, at least for a little while. But being so it's a 5 or 6-year-old laptop, don't put a lot of money into it. We're going to end this session of Rick Reads His Email with this question from Mary. She says, how do I uninstall an AVG that refuses to uninstall? Best thing to do is go download a new copy of AVG and then double click on it as if you were going to install it, and then you can click uninstall from the setup. I don't know what kind of problems you're having, but I would suggest staying with AVG, and maybe by getting a new copy, you'll be happier. But thanks for writing, Mary. Thanks for all you folks that have written. We'll have another edition of Rick Reads His Email coming up very soon.